sir, and my dear friends. I'm Nikhil Ananja, and I'm the team leader of Team 6 of our LSM project group. And our project is a startup or a company based on food trucks. It's called Meals on Wheels, and it aims to provide good quality food on the move at affordable prices to the student community or the office community or anywhere it may be required. As of now, we are working as a niche out of our very own university, VIT University, Vellore, and we plan on expanding forward into other colleges and office campuses in the near future. As of now, we already have 3 trucks, and our business is proceeding and it's going well. We have acquired various permits, and we have also secured financials. We have conducted many market researches and survey reviews, and we have gotten some amazing inferences from them, and we've successfully implemented them in our company as well. Over to Pulkit now.
Hello, my name is Pulkit Jain and I am the Chief Finance Officer of the startup Meals on Wheels. I am the head of the finance department and I'll be handling all the things related to finance. The tasks of finance department include managing all the funds, the inflows and outflows, and all the expenditures that are happening. I'll share my screen. So I created a document which contains a sample list of monthly expenses. Part of these are one time and part of these are occurring every month. These are based on the surveys that have been conducted, and I also researched on various websites like India Mart and other things. The like food trucks, they'll cost around 15,000 if we rent it per month. And these are the other things like maintenance of truck, fuel for trucks, permission, legal, cold storage, lighting, and battery. All these truck related expenditure will account to around 97,000. Then food related items includes all the necessary items used for cooking like utensils, vegetables, fruits, bakery goods, and all these things. These will account to around 1,40,000. Then comes the salaries. We'll be paying salaries to the chefs and the helpers that will help maintain and run the food trucks. These will account to around 60,000 per month. And for marketing, we have a budget of around 10,000 as we will be hiring students from the campus to do so. And we have a extra budget of 50,000 for miscellaneous and surplus budget. Part of these things are recurring and part of these are one time, and we can also use second-handed items as new items are not needed. And the money that we can arrange using loans. We can take loans from banks, but the thing is that banks charge very high interest rate. And since we are pre-revenue, we won't get loans easily. And banks usually charge 15 to 17% interest, which is not possible for a startup to pay. The other sources from which we can get the money is from family and loans ones, from government organizations, and from fintech brands. Fintech brands like Bharat Pay, etc., can provide loans, and we can pay them back easily. We can also raise fundings from an angel investor. We can pitch them our idea, and if they like our idea, they'll invest in our startup, and we will provide them with some equity to them. Planning to arrange is that initially all the members are willing to put 12,500 each to around 1 lakh, and the remaining amount will be arranged from relatives and loans by bank. Around 1 lakh can be arranged from friends, families, and relatives, and the remaining amount of rupees 1.5 lakh can be taken as a loan or from investors. Coming to the shareholding, all the co-founders will have an equal shareholding of the business. The profits that will be made will be shared equally among all the 8 members. Each of the 8 members will have 12.5% of the shareholding of the company. Coming to the revenue, the profit approximate revenue that if we serve $100 a day and an value of ₹100. So the monthly revenue will come around 3 lakh rupees, and 17% goes to the salaries and 30% goes to the maintenance. The major expenditure of this revenue is supplies and groceries. And coming to the time of break even, the cost advantage that we have will be that we will be pricing our products lower than what other common fast food chain restaurants offer. We are not willing to earn a lot of profits initially, and we'll choose quality over profits. And if we provide good quality food, the sales will increase, which will lead to more profit. The financial projections of this business includes that based on sales and estimated revenue, and the time for break even uh, would be 6 to 7 months. Once everyone gets known about this business and the brand, then the business can grow at a very large scale. The projection at which we expect it to grow is around 13.86% each month for the first few months. And this is the sales forecast. The sales and the profitability is forecasted for 6 months in the shown figure. Like in 6 to 7 months, we will break even, and we from that onwards we can enjoy complete profitability. Thank you. Moving on to Pranav.
Hello, sir. I'm from the marketing department, and I'm conducted market research about how we should locate our food trucks and advertise and give discounts. So, in order for a food truck to be successful, location is key, obviously, and it must be strategically placed in such a way that customers need not worry about cleanliness and can trust the food that comes from the franchise. Also, for the first few months, we'll keep switching the locations from around the college to get an idea of where there's a lot of profit and that and there are a lot of customers. So also we'll make sure that we don't have the same tough competition around. Also, we'll make sure we don't have a tough competition around us for people who have the same food. So moving on to advertising. So advertising is a very smart way to help our franchise. It would be setting up ads on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and other social media platforms. So we can also let bloggers know about our franchise and let them try our food. So this would give people more trust towards the food and would suggest people to try it out. So we can also set up merchandise such as t-shirts, keychains, and that have good catchphrases, etc. So what about discount and vouchers? So giving discount for the first few months can be very beneficial. It's a very good method for always bringing your customers running. Or we can also offer free items that will fill up a survey that will help with the growth of the franchise. Now I'll be sharing the survey that I've conducted based on one second. So yes, this will be is my screen visible? Yeah. So I've got like 60 plus responses for this. So what type of cuisine do you prefer? So most of the people prefer Indian cuisine, and how long would you want to wait for? People want it less than 10 minutes, I guess. And what time of the day are you mostly likely to purchase food? Most of the people said dinner. Yeah. So best way to display the menu would be on paper menu, because that's how food trucks are, I guess. So how often do we eat out? Mostly like 1 to 2 times. So they're very general questions. That's why I put up general questions so that we don't need the questions need not are my questions, and these are my responses. Now I'll be carrying on with Rigank.
Yes, so I'm Rigank, and so as the head of PR, I had to get a number of licenses and permits for the start of our food truck. So first, we gathered the fire safety certificate, the no objection certificate from the RTO, the mobiles vendor license, the food safety and standard authority license from the FSSAI, the insurance of the kitchen, the trade license from the municipality, the GST register, and the to run a food truck in the VIT, we needed some licenses from in the VIT also. So those were the no objection certificate from the men's hostel and the ladies hostel administration, the parking permit from respective block wardens, and the health standard certificate from the food quality assurance committee. So next was the part where we had to handle the social media backlash if there was any. So for one reason or another, any business can land in the crosshairs of the masses. So when this happens, we have to be ready. So for that, firstly, when a customer says something negative about our business, there's a high chance that he or she feels that their comments have gone unheard. Thus, delaying a response increases this perception. Then we should ask them if we can contact them directly, because resolving the matter on the public platform is not ideal. Then, while providing an apology, we have to let the customer feel that someone cares for their issue and is willing to address them. A cold and hollow apology will not do our business any good. So now for the brand building, we have written blogs, and the different blogs, like we are coming to VIT, we will be opening tomorrow, and the promotional food promoting the food truck. So we also uh, went to some influencers on the YouTube and social media, because everyone loves what the people they follow tell them. What we have to keep doing for our brand reputation is we have to keep the surroundings of our food truck clean. We have to maintain a peaceful atmosphere around our food truck, which means there should be no loud talking, and we can avoid playing loud music that may upset some customers. We have to make sure that people feel they are offered quality and hygienic food. We have to we have to keep upgrading ourselves based on the customer response to our newly added dishes. We will keep people updated about the new items in our menu, and also we'll have to handle the situation professionally if anything goes sideways. Now Rishabh will be continuing with the operations part.
Sir, I'm the operations manager for the startup Meals on Wheels. So in operations, most of the things that I have dealt with is the procurement of the goods from external sources, then managing relations with other departments, and to supervise the supply chain and the inventory. I will share my screen. So in the procurements of the goods, we have acquired some vehicles on which we are going to provide the food truck service. So some vehicles we have, like we have Mahindra, Tata, and Volvo, and the complete record we are saving where we have acquired them and kept it. Then in managing relations with other departments, so all the communication that is taking place is also managed in the operations department, and it's also being recorded in a ledger. So the departments that are issuing the requests, and is the request resolved or not, so that data is also being kept. And in the supply chain and inventory part, we are keeping a supervision on the supply chain. And for example, we need some inverters, as we are going to provide lights on the on in the vans. So the inverters are required, some light bulbs, knives, and utensils and other stuffs are also managed in this part. And other things in operations management, as you had said in review 2. So in review 2, if there is a situation that arises, for example, if there is an emergency in any of the vans, so how we are going to handle that is we have to follow a strategy. That strategy, if for example there is a emergency, if, for example, if there is a fire that has taken place in any fire truck, so to keep track or to handle that situation, we have to keep fire extinguishers handy, like attached to the vans. And if there is any issue regarding the lighting, or if there is any issue regarding uh, any item that is low, so that also is being managed. I will move on to the next person who's presenting.
Yeah, hi. My name is Parth, and I am the head of the Human Resource Department. And the point that we are going to discuss is that what kind of people that we need to hire to run this business. And the first thing that comes into mind is chefs and cleaning workers, food quality inspectors, packaging and production experts, some distribution heads, and even to make our business popular, we might need some student ambassadors and to promote our business. And if in future we try to implement or try to go online, then we might need a tech team, and we might need a tech team. And now we are going to talk about the criteria that the HR need to consider for the food trucks. And the main criteria that they need to consider is uh, when they are hiring the chefs, they need to consider the work experience. They need to consider the background checks. If any police complaints is there, then also we also need to check about the medical records. And and other personal documents also need to be scanned so that no backfire happens. And now we are going to talk about the metrics that the HR department has considered, and that are absenteeism, then turnover, time to hire, cost per hire, early turnover, time since the last promotion, revenue per employee, and the billable, the work hours, and many more. The Now we talk about the qualities of the employee that we're going to see out so that business runs successfully. The one is the critical thinking, where the employee need to evaluate the issues and analyze and do the analysis that how critical the situation is. And suppose say a customer comes in and wishes to eat a Mexican burger, but we don't have any Mexican food items in the stock. So the chefs or the person in charge need to handle the situation very much cleanly, and so that the customer doesn't get upset. The other quality that we consider is the communication skill, the collaboration skill, and the creativity as well. Now the last point that I'm going to talk about is the resources. So how the HR actually recruits the chefs, or how does HR recruits the social workers or cleaning workers. So it does by spreading out the word that we need to hire, that we need to hire some employees, and we can put in some posters in the college for the recruitment. And uh, yeah, so the more or less the spread of word is major source of recruitment here in the food truck business. Now we will move on to the next person.
I'm Sai Charan and I'm the head of systems department in Mills on Wheels. My duty is to oversee the installation and maintenance within a company and creating some shortcuts that improves the quality of work while the time management is our main goal, and monitoring day-to-day activities and monitoring feedback of each truck is my main duty. And if there are any suggestions repeating with the people, it must be, we will update it panel, and with the panel opinion we'll take the decision and suggesting new strategies to develop and look out, and also to look out the duties how being done. As we know, the strategy helps in developing goods and services with best profit making potential. Checking the quality of food will make our business more efficient, and of course public health is our health. And when we are going to set outside the VIT, according to sound piece of marketing, we are going to plan the region according to the region where we are setting up our truck. We need to have a cuisine like based on interest of people living in that region, and use of social media like Instagram and Facebook. We update the locations of our trucks. I'm sharing the screen. And these are the truck IDs and what and who the name of the in charges who are taking the leadership of the trucks, and in which area they are going to hold, and what cuisine they are making, and the essentials needed for each truck based on the cuisine will be updated, and the charges are like fuel, gas, battery, repairs and services, fire extinguishers will be updated uh, based on their latest updates. And as we are also planning to rotate the trucks based on the areas to know the people interest, as each customer each customer in each region will taste each and every cuisine, and based on the feedback on an average we can easily find like which area, which region the a particular cuisine is getting more sale, so that we will be in with high profits and will be easy to handle. Over to the next.
Hello, I am Praveen and I'm head of the documentation department. I maintain the documents of our startup and ensure the business goes smoothly. Here we can see the documents of the various departments of our startup. I frequently check and update the documents to comply with various laws, and the heads of the other departments is usually not part of their jobs to compare the documents and update them if any conflicts arise, so I fill that role. I also check and maintain documents such as Excel sheets having costs, us the contracts that we enter into with other startups, and the legal documents that we need to have for our venture. I also take care of the survey and research that needs to be done in order to function properly. As you can see here, I inform the department heads if I find anything new from data in the documents. So in short, my role is for proper functioning of the startup by maintaining proper documents.